the core. There's so much talk about the core and core stability and core strengthening, and for good reason. The core represents a number of different muscles, and we have a whole nother video on the core, but it is important to maintain alignment and stability and protection to the different joints in the spine and hips, as well as the neck. If you have a weak core, you may more likely than not have some neck issues. So the core is, I liken it to the Scarecrow in the Wizard of Oz. So when I was growing up, and when I was a PT many years ago, I could give this metaphor to anyone, and they totally are like, oh yeah, the Scarecrow, Wizard of Oz, of course. They grew up with it. And it's so funny because today I can't use it often in my clinic, and here I am doing it because the younger kids don't know that movie. So they don't know about the Scarecrow in the Wizard of Oz was this character, so then I have to tell them, that basically couldn't hold up his own body weight against gravity. So he was always collapsing, and it was really hard, and I don't even remember what virtue he didn't have. Why do I say a heart? No, that was the Tin Man. Anyways, but the Scarecrow couldn't keep his own body weight up against gravity. And so it's a great metaphor for showing what happens when we don't have that core strength. And in particular, this video is about Transversus Abdominis, which is way too long to say too many times. So we're going to nickname it TVA. In TVA, Transversus Abdominis, that's the last time, is the deepest of the 4 abdominal muscles. And it gets credit for being the primary core muscle, but it's hugely misunderstood. So this video is going to first talk about what is your core, what is TVA, where is it, and then we'll do the how to activate it. So I'm just thinking, I'm not sure you're going to be able to see all this. Well, we'll try. Okay, let's go over where is TVA, your deepest abdominal muscle in your body. So I want you to find your rib cage here and your lower 6 ribs. You have your sternum, your chest plate, and then you'll find your ribs arched down. And the TVA attaches to these lower ribs. It also attaches to the abdominal aponeurosis, which is fascia. Basically the midline of your abdomen it attaches into. And then it also, I'm going to have to come up and you won't see my head for a moment. It also attaches, so we've got attaching here, here, and it attaches along the inguinal ligament, which is basically follow the track of your groin. And so it's this whole area, and then it wraps around and it attaches into the spine via the thoracolumbar fascia. So I want you to see my hands here. It attaches around just like a corset. So you have this wrap around that holds your rib cage, your thorax, aligned and on top of your pelvic bones. But more importantly is that that TVA, it interdigitates, it comes into each spinal segment of your lumbar and lower thoracic spine. And so as it wraps around like that corset, like a back brace, its job is to help secure those vertebrae, not to let them move too much. So that's why it's called core stability, and it's so given so much credit in rehabilitation of the spine. So you need this healthy, active TVA to support every level of your spine all the way up to your cranium. Okay, so your upper cervical is dependent on that corset below to keep integrous vertebrae and to keep alignment of the torso over the pelvis. It is the deepest of the four abdominal muscles, as I said. It's the first muscle that lines your organs. So it's like wrapping around and keeping also positions for your stomach and liver and gallbladder and colon and intestines mostly, and pancreas and spleen. So it's surrounding these muscles. TVA is misunderstood in that most people try to strengthen their core and they actually just blow right through TVA, and they're really strengthening the more superficial muscles of the back, the erector spinae and the rectus abdominis. The rectus abdominis is also an abdominal muscle, and it's the six-pack, you know, I call it the Abercrombie and Finch guys, but basically any guy that's got that beautiful washboard stomach, that's the rectus abdominis. And so many people, when they're trying to strengthen their core, so many therapists allow this to take place. The exercises are actually being misdirected into those larger, more superficial muscles, and the deep, smaller muscles of the spine in that deeper core is not being activated. So we're going to learn TVA activation today. TVA activation, how to turn on your core, not blow through it. TVA is often misunderstood as Valsalva technique. So Valsalva is when you strain to go to the bathroom, or you hold your breath and blow out. That is not TVA. So many times I'll say to people, oh, do you know how to turn on your core or strengthen your core? And what they'll do is they'll push their abdomen out. If I said to you, I'm going to punch you in the stomach and I want you to protect yourself, some people's tendencies would be to push the belly out and make it really firm. That is the opposite of the core. There's no TVA taking place, okay? So instead, let's try in sitting, wherever you are right now, just sit up nice and tall. And I want you to picture that corset around your body, lower ribs, top of your pelvis, the front of your body to the spine, okay? It's deep, deep, deep. And in a moment, we're gonna breathe out through pursed lips. We'll take a deep breath in and we'll breathe out through pursed lips. And as you breathe out, I'm going to invite you to just so slightly draw the belly button in and up. So slightly draw that belly button in as you breathe out and tighten against a poke. So rather than me punching you in the belly, here I come, I'm coming up to you and I'm going to poke you in your lower belly. I call it my pasta pouch. So I'm going to poke you in the pasta pouch, and I want you to just slightly tighten against that poke by pulling in. That is TVA. So let's do it. I'll show you when I'm lying down, but I'll walk you through it now. So take a deep breath in and then blow out like you're blowing through a straw, through pursed lips. And as you do that, I want you to draw your belly button in slightly, like you're putting on tight pants, and tighten against me, poking your pasta pouch, poking your belly, tighten and lengthen. The key here is that you tighten, draw the belly button in like you're putting on tight pants, and lengthen through the spine. Imagine you're growing taller as you draw in and tighten just so slightly. Good, good. Breathe normally. I want you to also become aware, we're going to do it one more time, of your sides. Like you're cinching in your sides. You're cinching in the front. You're putting on those tight pants, and along this, you can feel that start to just so slightly tighten. It's not this. You're not bearing down. The other thing it's not is it's not sucking in like that and trying to get really thin. Okay, instead, the shoulders move away from one another. The neck grows long, and you draw the belly button in, and you tighten against the poke or a gentle punch.